first-hand look at the final preparations made more difficult by the pandemic. And then there were two. The underdog Bengals complete an 18-point comeback to stun the Chiefs in overtime.
And Cincinnati is heading to the Super Bowl.
And the LA Rams use a late rally against the 49ers to punch their ticket.
Intercepted by the Rams.
The matchup no one saw coming after one of the most exciting NFL playoffs of all time. Today, Monday, January 31st, 2022.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today. It is Monday morning.
Spots reported more than 30 inches of snow, and Boston tied a record for the highest snow total in one day with nearly 2 feet. At the height of the storm, power outages impacting roughly 100,000
There's no snow in
across the
heaven,
state.
I'm sure.
Utility crews lined up for gas on Cape Cod as they rush to get customers back online.
Because those people have had
The
enough.
shore took a beating from high surf and extreme winds. Freezing temperatures turned Saturday's floodwaters into ice the next day, while the sea spray on these homes also froze over.
Look at that.
In Rhode Island, bus drivers digging out for hours to get ready for the school week ahead.
We want the kiddos to be able to get to school and on school on time.
The winter weather taking a tragic turn too. At least 4 dead on New York's Long Island. 3 of them died while shoveling snow. Hours of treacherous conditions paralyzing travel from Maryland to Maine and forcing airlines to cancel more than 5,000 flights over the weekend.
We're heading to Dallas, so hopefully, cross our fingers, we'll make it.
The historic snow day may have disrupted most weekend plans, but incredibly, not this outdoor wedding in Rhode Island.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
One couple deciding a blizzard
Here we
wouldn't
are,
get between their vows.
And running more.
And now that the storm has
What
passed,
is
the
wrong
digging has
with
begun. As you can imagine, parking is a hot commodity here in Boston, so residents are using just about anything and everything to mark their spot. Even a beach chair. I think I deserve a hot chocolate this morning.
You do, and so does that bride. Whatever the opposite of Bridezilla is, she's amazing, super bride. We're going to get to Al's forecast in a couple of minutes. We've got word of another potential storm, so we'll get to Al in a moment.
Yeah,
Meantime,
where she layers on this.
The invasion of Ukraine is taking center stage
all
at the
this
UN today. The Security
ear
Council meeting
stuff.
at the request of the United States to discuss Russia's
Their
military
ears are
buildup
totally
at the
different.
border. NBC's chief foreign correspondent Richard Engels on the ground for us in Ukraine once again. Hey, Richard, good morning. Good morning. The diplomacy is still continuing. There is a UN Security Council meeting, and Russia
I wish
just
he
said
would
that
retire.
its foreign
He
minister
has
will
served
speak to
his
the U.S.
time.
Secretary of State tomorrow. But so far,
He has
no
been
signs
in every
Russia
hot
backing
spot
up.
for the last
He has.
15 years.
Yes, he
Russia
has.
is keeping its troops on the
Whoa.
move and the world guessing. This time, it's anti-submarine drills in the Norwegian Sea. Norway is a NATO member. Russia has roughly 130,000 troops and tanks, warships and missiles at the ready near Ukraine's borders. In Ukraine's capital, Kiev, veterans are training civilians in combat. But Ukraine's President Zelensky says he doesn't think Russia will invade. Russia insists it won't.
Whoa.
In Ukrainian frontline cities like Mariupol, close to the Russian border, people are getting nervous. At a church service here, Ukrainian Orthodox, the bishop urges people to have faith and pray for the Ukrainian military. As the congregation leaves, Maria plays a bandura to keep their spirits high. Maria volunteers in the church's soup kitchen, in part to keep her mind off the situation. She's having trouble sleeping. I am really, really worried, she says. My father is in the military. We are afraid to lose him, afraid to lose our Ukraine, and afraid for our lives. But eastern Ukraine is divided. Outside of Mariupol,
That's creepy.
he's pro-Russian, a former milk truck driver who now lives on a $90 a month pension. His home is directly across a river from an area held by pro-Russian separatists. Serhiy is nostalgic about the old Soviet Union, when everyone had a job, and he felt proud to be part of an empire. I think the authorities here have to change and
Oh,
love
hello.
work, but they don't. So people think it's worse
Whoa.
here than in Russia.
Out here in the far east of Ukraine, it's unclear how many people are pro-Russian and how many people are pro-Ukrainian. For Vladimir Putin, there is no ambiguity.
Oh.
He believes that all of Ukraine must be returned to the Russian fold. The only question is, will he try and take it by force? Richard,
Well, I believe.
Richard, thank you.
Also this morning, President Biden's search for a Supreme Court nominee is coming into focus with more than a dozen candidates now
I
under
gotta go.
consideration to replace retiring Justice Stephen Breyer. The president has vowed to select a black woman to fill the seat, and at least one candidate is drawing praise from a key Republican senator. NBC senior Capitol Hill correspondent Garrett Hake joins us with more. Garrett, good morning.
Hey Savannah, good morning to you.
I need
Biden
more.
has promised to make his selection for this seat by the end of February to let the Senate then get to work on confirming her. But lawmakers in both parties are already debating
But they're
who they
killing
think it should
everyone.
be and what that pick will say about the country. As the president's Supreme
What
Court
is wrong with everyone?
Democrats are planning an ambitious confirmation timeline.
It's going to be fair, it's going to be deliberate, and we're going to be timely about it too.
The president is considering more than a dozen candidates, including Judge J. Michelle Childs, a federal judge in South Carolina. Childs has the backing of key Biden ally, Congressman James Clyburn. And on Sunday, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham signaled she may get bipartisan support.
She's highly qualified, she's a good character, and we'll see how she does if she's nominated. But I cannot say anything bad about Michelle Childs. She is an awesome person.
Other potential candidates include California Supreme Court Justice Andrew Kruger and Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, confirmed last year to the D.C. Circuit with bipartisan support.
Then he knows quite a bit about that person, and that can be taken into consideration.
Meanwhile, Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker is under fire for comparing the president's promise to nominate a black woman to affirmative action.
The irony is that the Supreme Court is at the very same time hearing cases about this sort of affirmative racial discrimination.
Yes.
And while adding someone who is the beneficiary of this sort of quote.
The White House pushing back, recalling
I hate the villagers.
Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump to nominate women, writing in part,
Villager.
President Biden's promise is in line with the best traditions of both parties and our nation. But a new poll finds 76% of Americans say Biden should consider all possible nominees,
You can
not
still
only
try
black
it.
women. Senator Susan Collins claims the president's pledge is the process.
I believe that
Look at what I wrote.
the Supreme Court, but the way the president has handled this nomination has been clumsy at best.
And no matter who President Biden selects, he will make history if confirmed. A 50-50 Senate like this one has never confirmed a Supreme Court justice before. The White House knows they'll need a vote, and they're like Susan Collins and Lindsey Graham, hoping their nominee can get bipartisan crossover support. Savannah?
All right, Garrett Hake, thank you very much.
Now to an outpouring of grief and support in the wake of the sudden death of Chelsea Christ. She's a former Miss USA winner and TV host. The 30-year-old jumping to her death from a high-rise apartment building in Midtown.
No, stay.
NBC's
No.
Morgan Radford has the very latest on this story. Hey, Morgan, good morning.
Hey there, Hoda. Good morning. Police say that this all happened just before 7:15 Sunday morning when Chelsea Christ jumped from the common area on the 29th floor
and make a
of the
house.
high-rise. And she was a lawyer who really highlighted and fought for issues of social justice and really change. She was also a beloved entertainment correspondent for Extra, and she represented change herself when she was crowned Miss USA back in 2019, which is why her death is now leaving so many questions about such a vibrant life cut short. This morning, authorities are investigating the tragic death of a pageant star, being remembered as someone so filled with life. Police say 30-year-old Chelsea Christ, the 2019 winner of the Miss USA pageant and a correspondent for Extra, jumped from the 29th floor of a Manhattan apartment building Sunday morning and was pronounced dead at the scene.
Police telling NBC News the cause of death is believed to be suicide. Her family saying in a statement, her great light was one that inspired others around the world with her beauty and strength.
Take your first look at the new Miss USA.
Christ becoming a second-generation pageant winner after her mother, April Simpkins, was Mrs. North Carolina 2002. Christ was working as an attorney in North Carolina before entering the pageant scene.
Just a really beautiful soul, and she embodied what Miss USA represents.
Christ's win meant that for the first time, 3 black women were reigning Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and Miss America.
Her win was such a big win for me personally because she was the first Miss USA. That made me feel as if I could be Miss USA.
Shortly after her pageant win, Christ becoming a news correspondent at Extra, earning her 2 Daytime Emmy nominations.
Is there anything really cool or unique or exciting we can expect in the next season?
In the past, Christ speaking openly about mental health, sharing that she spoke with a counselor to maintain her own mental health. As friends, family, and fans struggled to understand the loss, Christ writing in her final Instagram post, "May this day bring rest and peace."
Messages of support are pouring in for Christmas. If you or someone you know is struggling or just needs some help, please feel free to contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That's at 1-800-273-TALK. You can even just simply text STRENGTH to the crisis text line. That's 741-741. Or you can even go to suicide prevention.
Okay, now we're on survival.
Morgan Radford, morning, thank you. And this one is close to home. We both had a chance to be interviewed by her. What a lovely human being.
She was. She was like sunshine. She had out there on the plaza with a big smile. She was so accomplished. It's just heartbreaking. So we just wanted to send our love to her family.
You never know what people are going through. You have no idea.
No, we want to send our prayers for comfort and healing for them. More to get to this morning. Federal prosecutors have reached plea agreements with 2 of the 3 men facing federal hate crime charges for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. In November, Travis McMichael and his father, Gregory McMichael, were convicted of Arbery's murder in a state court. They were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The 3rd man convicted in the killing, William Roddy Bryan, was not mentioned in yesterday's court filings, but attorneys for Arbery's family released a statement saying they fought vehemently against the plea deals. Details of those agreements have not, however, been made public.
7:15, it's time to switch gears and talk football. What a weekend.
What a weekend.
Hey, that was crazy.
Well, it's Host fans been more than 1 or 2 as well. The matchup is set, folks, after those thrilling conference championships, both games ending in dramatic comebacks at the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals earn their spots to the big game. Meanwhile, there's a lot of talk off the field about the future of star quarterback Tom Brady. Is he retired? Is he not retired? NBC's Morgan Chesky has it all covered for us. Hey, Morgan, what's the word?
Yeah, Craig, everyone's wondering, right? Those Tom Brady retirement rumors exploding over the weekend, but as of right now, the future Hall of Famer has yet to personally confirm anything. In the meantime, let's get excited for a Bengals-Rams Super Bowl. The Bengals went 2-14 just a couple seasons ago, and now, behind #1 draft pick Joe Burrow, they are bound for that big game. All after another weekend of games that went down to the absolute wire. One more step this morning after a thrilling championship Sunday. Set for Super Bowl 56. The LA Rams punching their ticket to the big game, defeating the San Francisco 49ers in a low-scoring slugfest. I'm blessed to be a part of this team with this group.
This is hilarious. Oh, jeez.
Quarterback Matthew Stafford instrumental in leading a 4th quarter comeback.
Wow.
But the Rams defense
What can I do with the string?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Intercepted by the Rams, and they may ride to the Super Bowl on that.
Earlier, Kansas City and Cincinnati dueling in an instant classic AFC title game. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes building a big lead in front of an almost deafening home crowd. But Joe Burrow and the Bengals roared back.
No villagers.
After both teams kicked 4th quarter
Thank the course.
Time to get off and go find your
just like they did versus
dice.
the Bills last week.